Maria Sakkari upsets number 1 seed Iga Swiatek in Qatar Open QFs. Unseeded Maria Sakkari of Greece toppled number 1 seed Iga Swiatek of Poland 2-6, 6-4, 7-5 in the quarterfinals of the Qatar TotalEnergies Open on Thursday in Doha. Swiatek wasn't alone in the early exit, as Canadian number 10 seed Victoria Mboko knocked out number 2 Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan 7-5, 4-6, 6-4. The semifinals of the WTA 1000 event will feature 2 unseeded players, as Latvia's Jelena Ostapenko will meet Mboko and Sakkari will face Czech 14th seed Karolina Muchova. Sakkari, ranked as high as number 3 in the world 4 years ago, has fallen to number 52 and hasn't won a tournament since September 2023. She's now one step away from her first final appearance since March 2024 at Indian Wells. "I'm speechless because it's been a while since I had a big one like today," Sakkari said in her on-court interview. "When you drop in the rankings and you're not playing good tennis, you start doubting yourself. And you're thinking that you're never going to beat those players again. So it's a huge process that you have to go through in your head, that you know you can do it. Last year in the second round here against Swiatek, I was not confident. I was not believing in myself. And this year, it's different. I feel quite a lot better." Sakkari built a 4-1 lead in the second set before Swiatek rallied to tie the set with 3 games in a row. Sakkari saved 2 break points in the 9th game and broke Swiatek in the 10th to eke out the win and extend the match. It was a similar story in the third set, as Swiatek charged out of a 5-2 hole and saved 1 match point to tie it 5-5. Sakkari led the 12th set 40-15 and Swiatek saved a second match point, but not a third as the Greek sealed the deal. Meanwhile, Rybakina's 9-match winning streak that includes her Australian Open Championship is now over despite having a 4-2 lead in the third set. Mboko, 19, was down a break but rallied to win the final 4 games. Rybakina saved 3 match points in the final game, but it only served to put off the inevitable. Mboko won 14 of 18 first service points in the decisive third set, and she took advantage when Rybakina went to her second serve, winning 9 of 11 second return points. Ostapenko beat another unseeded player, Elisabetta Cocchiaretto of Italy, 7-5, 6-4. Muchova swept Russia's Anna Kalinske 6-3, 6-4. When Maria Sakkari stepped onto the hard courts of Doha's Khalifa International Tennis and Squash Complex on February 12, 2026, few, even among the ardent followers of women's tennis, would have predicted what unfolded. Against the top seed, 3-time Doha champion and, on paper, one of the most formidable competitors in the modern game, Iga Swiatek of Poland, Sakkari didn't just mount a challenge. She delivered one of the tournament's most breathtaking upsets and one of the most important victories of her career. Glowing star the setup, David versus Goliath in the desert. Coming into the Qatar TotalEnergies Open, Swiatek was the player to beat. The world number 2 had dominated in Doha in recent years, lifting the trophy in 2022, 2023, and 2024 en route to 3 straight titles. Her baseline precision, mental resilience, and sheer force of will made her a favorite in every event she entered. Meanwhile, Sakkari, a former world number 3, had seen her ranking dip in recent seasons, and by the time of this tournament she sat outside the top 50. Her road back to elite competition was one marked by promise interspersed with setbacks. Though Sakkari is no stranger to big moments, reaching the finals at prestigious events like Indian Wells and Guadalajara in 2022, few expected that she would dismantle, outplay, and outlast Swiatek on this particular afternoon. And yet, from the moment the first serve was struck, this match felt different. Bullseye act-eye, the opening set. Swiatek flexes dominance. The opening set played out in seemingly predictable fashion. Swiatek, with her fluid footwork and ability to turn defense into offense in a split second, pressured Sakkari's serve and dismantled her rhythm. A break in the 5th game and a flurry of deep, penetrating ground strokes gave Swiatek a 6-2 first-set triumph within a brisk 33 minutes. It was the tennis we'd come to expect from the Polish standout, crisp, commanding, and relentlessly accurate. But tennis, especially at the elite level, is rarely decided by a single set. Underneath the surface of that 6-2 scoreline, something subtle began to shift. Sakkari absorbed, adapted, and began to unlock a different blueprint for success. Her aggressive court positioning and heavy hitting started turning longer rallies in her favor, hinting at the dramatic shift that was to come. Gear #Act 2. The turnaround. Sakkari finds another gay. With the second set underway, Sakkari showed a different kind of tennis, one that mixes patience with lethal aggression. Her serves gained depth, her ground strokes carried more purpose, and her notoriously explosive forehand began to dictate play. Before Swiatek's eyes fully registered the change, Sakkari had carved out a 3-0 lead. Swiatek, to her credit, clawed back, leveling it 4-4 with her own blend of artistry and precision. But Sakkari, fueled not just by tactical clarity but by an emotional momentum that had shifted palpably in her favor, saved crucial breakpoints late in the set and broke Swiatek's serve at 5-4 to take the second set 6-4. It was tennis of the highest order, resilient, strategic, and suffused with heart. Explosion symbol Act 3, the decider, epic, electric, eternal. This was more than just a quarterfinal decider. It was a narrative collision between confidence and courage. The final set unfolded as though every point carried the weight of history. Errors from both sides increased under pressure. Shots that looked impossible became winners. Margins of victory were thinner than a whisper. Sakkari surged ahead early, tightening the screws at 5-2 with a match point in hand. Yet Swiatek rallied, as only a champion can. 3 straight games brought her back into contention, leveling the score at 5-5 and setting the stage for one of the most gripping climaxes of the tournament. But resilience was the name of Sakkari's game. With poise that betrayed neither panic nor fatigue, she held serve for a 6-5 lead, and then, in a moment that delighted fans and stunned pundits, broke Swiatek in the final game when a routine volley from the Polish star drifted wide. The crowd erupted. Sakkari collapsed into celebration. The scoreboard read 2-6, 6-4, 7-5, a stunning portrayal of grit rewarded, breaking a legendary streak. What made this victory even more dramatic, almost mythic, was the statistical context. Sakkari became the first player ever to defeat Swiatek in a WTA 1000 match after losing the opening set. Prior to this, Swiatek's record in such scenarios was a near-perfect 109-0. That streak is now rewritten, and rewritten in Sakkari's favor. This wasn't just an upset. It was a tectonic shift, a recalibration of the psychological landscape of the tour. When a player with Swiatek's dominance and consistency can be outworked, outthinked, and outlasted, the entire field feels the impact. Sakkari's win stands as proof that on any given day, preparation and heart can carry a player past even the most storied champions. Globe showing Europe-Africa more than just tennis. Emotion, reflection, renaissance. After the match, Sakkari's on-court interview revealed something that transcended mere numbers and